It's exciting.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good.
Is it time again?
No, not yet.
I wonder
I
when
think it'll be
SteamOS.
too early.
Valve, where is SteamOS?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Let us run another computer. Especially with all these like hyper-invasive anti-cheats, which are like the only way forward because there's a unprecedented, insane amount of people cheating in multiplayer games right now. We're talking about how the console's dying. I think gaming device is going to be a thing though. So I think you like might legitimately not want to do all the things you do on a computer on your gaming computer if you're playing a bunch of games that have these hyper-invasive kernel-level anti-cheats. So like, there's some idea there. Pyre Software has opinions on kernel-level anti-cheat? Yeah, I know.
Man, how do we fix cheating in games the way that they are right now? You can't fix it at an OS level. You can't fix it at a game level.
You can't fix it.
Can't fix it at a driver level.
You just can't fix it.
Ban video games?
Can you fix it at a hardware level?
In my opinion, you have to fix it. And you still won't be able to fix it. You have to try to alleviate it. This is why I push so hard with Tarkov, which they're never going to do it. But this is why I push so hard for them to have the replay system.
Yeah.
Because like people used to love the whatever it was called system, Overwatch system for Counter-Strike, where reported users would go into this Overwatch queue and users in good standing could review the Overwatch queue and then like basically vote on what they thought it was. And they would show it to a bunch of different people to get like a vote on if this person was cheating or not. People liked it so much that Counter-Strike creators would just stream themselves going through the Overwatch queue because it was interesting. And I actually think it helped very significantly. Because they're never going to be able to detect everything. It's just not going to happen.
Tell me this. If a game developer was willing to implement support for it, so by support for it, I mean locked off servers where only people who have this device can participate, would you buy a device that is essentially a camera and a piece of software that monitors the screen that uses machine vision to track your actions on your peripherals? Whoa. And hold on. Just
I'm waiting.
Locally tracks what's happening on your peripherals and locally tracks what's happening on your screen and ensures that they correspond.
It's not enough.
Why not?
In Tarkov, people cheat. This one's very debatable how much it's used, but a lot of people think it's a lot. And like, if you remember Goat's video, he was only detecting people that were doing this style of cheating, where it's a cheat that's on your screen. They can see through walls, they can see wireframes through walls, all that type of stuff. There's another form of cheating. And this form of cheating is in multiple games where you have an external computer. So you have what is it? DMA device, direct memory access device. Yep. You go to an external computer and then you can see people on the other computer. So you're talking about your own screen. Some people cheat with a completely external screen.
No, that's true. But yeah, I guess that wouldn't help because then everything would still correspond. And unless it's watching your eyes. Okay, so
eye tracking as
next
well.
Level.
Now you're not allowed looking at a spare monitor though.
Well, you're not allowed to... Basically, you would still be able to do some stuff. Like you'd be able to stop moving, look at something else, mime that you're doing something. No, you wouldn't, because you're just looking at something else. You'd be able to take your mouse off your hand off your mouse and pretend you're looking at your phone over here for a little bit, and then you'd be able to go back to your thing. But that would put you at a significant competitive disadvantage in a lot of games. If you actually... So theoretically, remember guys, this is a theoretical product. So theoretically, it is a device that has a camera that monitors your hand movements, an eye tracker that monitors your eye movements, and then a piece of software that is tied into it, or better yet, not software, a third camera that monitors the screen and ensures that everything is synced.
And how does this work? It reports an everything okay signal.
Basically, it's an everything's fine alarm all the time, and it'll ping the multiplayer server saying everything's okay, everything's okay, everything's okay, and then if it ever stops, then you're kicked immediately. If it worked, let's say it's, I'm gonna. Oh, hold on. Let's do stages of this. Hold on. It's what I've described so far. Would you consider buying it? If there was a big enough ecosystem that you knew that in a game you like to play, other people would be using it and you could play on a cheat-free server.
It sounds so susceptible to...
Ignore that, though.
Massive honeypot.
Ignore that. Let's say it worked.
And wasn't the giant honeypot for people to come...
Everything was essentially locally stored other than the everything's okay alarm.
Yeah, people could... yeah, probably, to be honest.
Okay.
And I'd just cover up the cameras when I wasn't playing.
Well, let's talk about the pricing.
Oh.
I mean, that doesn't... Oh, hello, buddy. That doesn't sound cheap.
No.
Let's say it's $300.
Does it work in multiple games?
It works in any game where the developer implements support and has cheat-free, like cheat eye, or whatever you want to call it.
Can we assume this is not 100%, but pretty ubiquitous?
It's not ubiquitous.
No.
It's supported in a handful of games, but one or two of them happen to be ones that you like to play.
I would consider it depending on the games.
$300.
I would consider it depending on the games.
Yeah. Let's say it was supported in Tarkov.
Yeah.
Would you play whatever, not raids, not extractions, whatever they're called, instances, raids, sure.
Yeah.
Would you play raids with this device and this device alone if it was available, and would you spend the money on it?
I think you'd have to be in lobbies only with other people using it.
Well, yeah, you would. So you'd have exclusive.
And I think there's, like I said, the external monitor thing is still going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's not a guarantee because the external monitor thing. Because we really have no idea what percentage of people are using that.
Yep, that's fair.
We know it's a lot. We know it's actually a huge amount of people. Because there's a weird thing where that's the easiest way to cheat with your friends as well. Because it's the least suspicious to the other people that you're playing with.
Right.
If it could get around that, yeah, I think I would. Because to be completely honest, to me, first-person shooter style competitive games right now are actually just ruined. I don't think any of them is okay.
I don't even think that's a controversial take.
So someone told me but there's no cheating in Valorant. They have the kernel-level anti-cheat. And it's
bruh.
YouTube it. They're everywhere. Maybe it helps them. Maybe. But ultimately, this is a back and forth that will go forever.
Okay, so here's one. Elijah said something else, but it made me think of something different.
Yeah.
Good job, Elijah. You're doing great.
It's a valuable skill.
Knowing that there's going to be a cost in terms of latency, right? You're going to it'll cost you a frame of latency. Let's say 15 milliseconds. Would you play a competitive shooter from a cloud streamed service if you knew that every other client connected was also using the same cloud stream service and the whole thing was running locally so they could monitor what absolutely everyone is doing? So nothing goes in, nothing goes out other than mouse and keyboard inputs and frame data. Would that be more fun these days?
If everyone's doing it, I think so.
If everyone is on it.
Because the biggest thing is it's not getting owned. Because I'm getting older. I'm getting a little bit slower. I'm not as good at FPS games as I used to be. I also don't play them as much. It's just not, that's fine. I'm going to lose. It's having a very legitimized theory that the person that just beat you might be cheating.
Yeah.
And
that seed of doubt.
It just ruins the whole thing. And in Tarkov, they added a thing where you can view people's profiles after they kill you. And it's oh, cool. This guy has a 75% extraction rate. probably just die to a cheater. Go into the next game, this guy has 17 KD. That is definitely possible. There are people that are
really good,
definitely legit, that definitely have KDs better than that. That dude's probably not one of them. Right? Like, I don't know. And it just sucks. Time to break out World of Tanks. Let's see. World of Tanks cheats. Cheats or World of Tanks? World of Tanks banned thousands of cheaters in February. How to cheat in World of Tanks. The legal aim cheat World of Tanks doesn't want you to know about.
All right.
Multiplayer competitive games are covered in cheaters right now. It's actually crazy. It's mostly in like games that involve projectiles. So I was going to say first-person shooter, but I don't know if you
Helldivers has a problem.
Does it?
In a PvE like multiplayer game?
People suck.
Teamwork, yeah.
If you're cheating in Helldivers, you are not a citizen.
Wow.
That is not very democratic of you.
Not declared not a citizen. Got him.
Not patriotic at all.
Service guarantees citizenship.
You belong to the bugs.